I think that we are live right now. Hi, Adam. Hi, Liz. Super excited today to host this webinar with Liz and Adam. Let me start then, I guess. So we have super exciting thing today to talk about, which is Google's business messages. Absolute game changer, in my personal opinion, and I believe you guys will love it. So that's why we invited Liz and Adam from Google to discuss how you can leverage Google Business Messages to cut your customer support cost and to increase sales. So yeah, excited to welcome you today and our amazing speakers. So I'll start with the boring part. So myself, hi everyone, my name is Maya Scheffer. I'm co-founder and CEO at Zowie. And of course, a few words about Zowie. Zowie is a customer service automation platform built for companies that sell online. So I'm super excited today because our goals are totally aligned with Google Business Messages. Zowie is like a self-learning solution that helps you automate 70-80% of your customer support inquiries and to use this time in the right way. So basically to increase your sales, turn your customer support into revenue center. So once you automate, we can help you transform your customer support, help your agents sell more, offer product advice, which is extremely important for every customer support team. Right now, hundreds of e-commerce brands use Zowie to make their customer support efficient, among others, L'Oreal, Avon, or MediaMarkt. And today, as I said, I'm super excited to talk about Google Business Messages and kind of reveal some secrets, how does it work and how you can leverage that. And today with me, we have Liz, partnership manager at Google, and Adam, developer relations engineer that will answer to your all technical questions. Liz, would you like to say hello?
Absolutely. Thank you, Maya, for having us. Again, my name is Liz Ferreter, reporting to you today from Boston, Massachusetts. I am a partnership manager for Google's Business Messages, and it's my job to ensure that our channel partners like Zowie are fully equipped to enable Google Business Messages for all of their partners and customers. So thrilled to be here with you today, and also excited to have Adam alongside me. Adam, would you like to introduce yourself too?
Absolutely. Thanks, Liz. Hey, everyone. It's good to see you all. So my name's Adam. I'm a developer relations engineer with Google's Business Messages, and I make it easy, or I ensure to make it easy, that integration and onboarding for customers like yourselves is smooth and seamless. So any kind of questions that you have technically, I'm here to answer them. For the most part, I'll be hanging out backstage with everyone, but when questions come back up, I'll be back on the main stage to kind of answer questions as they come. It's good to see you all. I'll be hanging out backstage, so let me know.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Adam, so much. Thank you, Liz, for doing this today. And yeah, let me just start with introducing you guys today's agenda. Very simple one. So first thing, introductions. We did it. Now we're going to have a Q&A with Liz. We're going to discuss Google Business Messages, how you can leverage that, what are actual benefits of using Google Business Messages, how to implement Google Business Messages into your tool stack, of course, also how to do it with Zowie. And then we're going to move to questions from the audience. So you can ask questions in the meantime. We'll address them at the end of our session, but also if they're going to be relevant to what we are discussing, we can touch on them during our conversation. Okay, Liz, important question. This is why we are here today. So why should even e-commerce brands care about Google Business Messages? What it is about?
Certainly. So Google's Business Messages is the only messaging channel that's built in wherever people start their search for answers about a business or its products, right from Google Search, Google Maps. So put simply, Google's Business Messages puts a chat button on Google properties like Google Search, giving consumers the ability to start a conversation right in the beginning of their journey, and providing a tremendous opportunity for e-commerce and other businesses to sell directly to the consumer in a one-on-one fashion, and kick off that relationship, leading to high CSATs and NPS scores. Your business is already being searched for so many times per day on Google search. Why not invite them to have a one-on-one conversation with you?
That makes total sense, but a tricky question now. So why is Google investing in Google Business Messages? Why?
Good question, right? So when we think of Google, we think of the search functionality. And the fact is that when consumers want to buy something, do something, know something, they generally turn to Google first. I wanted to know if they had cleats in my kid's size at the Dick's Sporting Goods the other day. I started with Google search and I searched for the Dick's Sporting Goods near me. And I couldn't just go to the website to find out the information if that specific piece of inventory was in stock. I needed to have a one-on-one conversation with someone at Dick's. So I kicked off a conversation through Google Business Messages asking, is a size 13 cleat available in girls' sizes? And they said yes. And then I actually bought the product. So 70% of all online experiences start with the search engine. 92% of those searches are on google.com. And we're finding that increasingly people don't want to just go to a website. They want to have a conversation with the brand, a one-on-one conversation where they can unlock information that they can't necessarily find on a website. And so because we were finding that people weren't just looking to find out about businesses, but to engage with them, that's why we kicked off this conversational channel called Google's Business Messages, which essentially puts the chat button right in free search results, as well as paid search results in our Google Shopping property, as well as in Google Maps results, and also in the Phone by Google app. And I'll talk a little bit more about what that means.
I told you guys, this is a real game changer. And those stats, I think they are also not surprising to all of us. We all search for stuff in Google. But yeah, how does it actually work, Liz? If you can tell us more about it.
Sure. So there's a customer with a particular need, like I need to know if the size 13 cleats are available at the store near me. I start at a possible entry point like Google search, and then we connect that consumer with Zowie, for example, your customer service automation platform, to kick off that conversation. So when a chat button is on a Google property, we require that a live agent also be available on the other end. You can have a virtual agent too, so a hybrid experience. But the only time we allow you to have virtual agent only experiences from the chat button is on Google paid search ads. And I think a picture is worth 1,000 words on crystallizing, what do I mean by Google Business Messages? So let me show you some snapshots of Google Business Messages in action. So here on the left-hand side, I had a search in Google Maps for Pacific Leaf Pharmacy. And I see the information about that pharmacy near me, including their business hours and address. I could click start to do directions. I could click call to call them. And importantly, I could kick off a chat with this pharmacy right from Google Maps. In the second screenshot, I search on Google search for Henson houseware products. I see their free organic listing. And here at the bottom is an ability to kick off a chat with Henson Hardware. Additionally, we have a URL or widget that you can put right on the brand owned and operated website or their app or SMS or in an email, and you can kick off a Google Business Message conversation right from there. And additionally, one thing I was just kind of alluding to is this Phone by Google entry point. So on a Google phone or any Android phone that has downloaded the Phone by Google, and we have over 1 billion of these downloads, when they start dialing the customer support or the sales phone number for your business, yes, they see the call button pop up, but right next to it, the chat button. And for some businesses, we're seeing 5 to 10% of users that see this option decide to chat instead. So Home Depot, we had a great case study with them. They're noticing that they were able to have a huge amount of call deflection. Calls are often more expensive than chats. And they were able to reduce costs of their call center by 30% by having people deflect to chat conversations instead, all while increasing CSAT and decreasing handle time at the same time. So these 4, what we call entry points, are free. Google Business Messages does not charge anything for these chat buttons or for having these conversations. The only paid entry point is our Google search product. So if you decide to put the chat button in your search results, we do charge just like we do for regular ads, which is cost per click. So when someone clicks on this ad and kicks off a chat, you are charged as the advertiser. And we're finding that CPCs are very commensurate to what you generally expect for other ads without the chat button. And I just want to call out a few other features that we have. One is the welcome message. So we strongly encourage everyone to have a strong welcome message. Oftentimes it's good to greet them, to maybe have an emoji if it's appropriate for your brand voice, introduce perhaps your virtual agent, like I am virtual agent and I can do XYZ. Let them know what you can do. Ask them how you can help. And then give them options. So suggested replies. You can put up to 5 of these chips. We like to say, encourage your user to tap, not type, right? They have a big finger on a tiny screen. Make it easy for them. Also let them know like what they can actually do. Guide them down that journey. So welcome messages with suggested replies, super important. We also have the ability to put dynamic guides or imaging in here. So this is really important in the shopping experience. Levi's jeans has a great experience where they actually show you pictures of jeans, right? I don't know what the mom jean versus high-waisted jean, I need to see a picture of it. So we have the ability to put these guides in here and people can flip through photo carousels. We also have the ability to put up to 13 suggested replies. So 5 suggested replies to a welcome message, but then up to 13 chips after the fact. And so this is really great with booking appointments. So we've had a lot of auto dealerships have a lot of success here. Hey, can we book an appointment for a test drive? Here are available times. Boom, I click on 9 a.m. and suddenly I have my booking. Additionally, I want to call out that Google Business Messages is differentiated on the market with its re-engagement possibilities. So this conversation lives forevermore on the user's phone. And the customer can re-engage with that user for up to 30 days after that user sent its last message. And that 30-day clock keeps resetting every time the user initiates another message. So it's a great way to follow up. And we suggest that it be relevant to the conversation. Like, hey, that product that wasn't in stock now is, or hey, we've now shipped your product. Is there anything else you can do you would like? You can prompt them to leave a review, for example. Additionally, I wanted to call out that we have desktop integration coming soon. So you may have noticed in all of these snapshots before, I was showing what looks like a phone, because really this was just a product that was on phones, but starting very soon, we're mid rollout. It will also be on desktop. So whether you're on a laptop or a desktop, on any browser, whether it's Chrome, Safari, you name it, here you search for example, Home Depot customer service. At the top, you see the phone number with the click to call. You also see chat with Home Depot with a click to kick off the chat. And on the bottom right-hand side of the screen, I don't know if you can see my mouse. Yes, you can. You can see here's the conversation with the Home Depot. And if I have an Android phone, I can then take this conversation with me on my phone. So I can continue the conversation asynchronously at a different point after the fact. And then additionally, I wanted to call out Google Shopping Beta. So this is not available to everyone. Go through your Zowie representative who will contact us. But we're very excited about this. It's having great results. So the Google Shopping property is where we house our answers to very high intent to purchase searches. So you may have seen this before when you search for running sneakers. You might see a bunch of photos of running sneakers and product information. That's the Google Shopping results. Some people even start in the Google Shopping site with their shopping queries. So here on Google Shopping, someone has searched for top refrigerator brands, right? And you're seeing photos of all of these different refrigerator products with their specific information and prices. And importantly, here you can see the chat button under this result. I think it's being hidden a little by like a widget, but there's a click to chat with the seller, which is Home Depot, of Frigidaire 20.4. And what's really cool is when I click to chat, the very first thing that's sent to that agent, virtual or live, is the actual product that I want to talk about. So we're already brought down the journey. We're already in it, the 20.4 Frigidaire. Let's talk details. We're finding that this is really good for high consideration, high ticket items. So like engagement rings, jewelry, refrigerators, grills, where there's a lot of noise on the market, a lot of confusion, where you really need a consult because it's very expensive. So we're seeing great results with this so far, and we just continue to add more traffic to this and more partners. So if you are interested, again, reach out to Zowie and ask us if you can potentially be considered for this beta.
That's unreal. Like, sounds a little bit too good to be true. I believe that some of our audience can think this way, because that's really amazing, and I love it. Like, I love it. Like, it's free. It's so accessible for all the users. Amazing. So, but because it's too good to be true, if you can say. But by the way, I totally agree with this cost per ticket when it comes to phone calls, right? Like, we see this at Zowie a lot, right? That's like, phone calls are usually 5 times more expensive than chats. So it's actually great for cutting your customer support costs. But also for sales. And let's talk a little bit about that. Can businesses actually use Google Business Messages to sell more?
Absolutely. We've been supporting users in their shopping journeys for a long time. And I'd love to bring you through a short story about myself. I am a pandemic displaced person, I think they refer to me. I moved out to the suburbs because being in the city in lockdown, without being outside, was too hard for me and my kids. So now on my train commute, I was thinking, this is getting tiresome. I'm thinking about an electric vehicle, but I'm dizzied by the amount of choice. So I searched, I found a website, insideevs.com, and lo and behold, there is the ability to kick off a chat right from that website. And it was a virtual agent asking me about my family size, asking me about my budget, my style preference, all helping me select the best electric vehicle for me. And they gave me a few options. Okay, I've selected my electric vehicle in this journey, and maybe back in the office, I search for Starbank car loans, right? I'm not going to just pay for it outright with cash. And then right there in their search result for free, and their free organic search results, I see the ability to chat with a live agent, which is important, right? With a car loan. And here's an example of what that bot looks like. Like, hey, let's get started. Let's collect some information. What kind of car are you looking to purchase? I let them know. What's your credit score? I let them know. And then they say, hey, this all sounds great. Can you come in and speak to a loan officer? Are any of these, dates and times available for you? And then boom, right through Google Business Messages, I'm able to book an appointment to actually go in and get the financing. So fast forward a couple of months, and I realize my beautiful golden retriever is ruining the inside of my car. So I search for car mats for my trunk, and I see a search ad, and it's a chat ad where it allows me, if I click on it, to kick off a chat with caraccessories.com. And hey there, I'm your virtual garage guide, type in what you're looking for. I let them know I'm looking for car mats, and I mentioned that I'm looking for one that's dog friendly. They use the image guide here, or gallery, where I can scroll through and look at the different options. And then I purchase right through in the experience. And maybe a week later, they send me a follow-up, a re-engagement, because they have up to 30 days to do so, saying, hey, your order's arriving today, and we're here to help you with anything else you need. And importantly, maybe they give me, the option, yes, I need help, and also give me the option to leave a review. So all of this helped me in this journey, right? To get a car, to find a car with a nice consult that actually came from a virtual agent, to search and find a car loan, to set up an appointment, and then to find my mats through Google Business messaging where they actually re-engage with me. So, this helped me in all stages of my journey. We're finding more and more of our customers. Sometimes they come in because they want to answer customer support and deflect calls. And then they're like, wait, this is working so great. How can we get this to help sell more? So generally, when you start engaging with Google Business Messages, you come back to us just saying, how can I expand this channel? And so, one of the ways is oftentimes switching not just from support, but into sales. So absolutely, you can use Google Business Messages for selling, and we encourage you to do so.
Awesome. That's a great example. You walk us through like different examples today, different businesses actually. Is there any like specific type of business that is your target group, or it works for everyone?
It really spans the gamut. So we have a lot of, as I mentioned, airlines using us. Great for a contact center. Call deflection. JetBlue is one of our big customers, Hawaiian Airlines, and more of the major airlines are looking to enable us. We have a lot of supermarkets. We have a lot of the biggest retailers in the world. Walmart uses us for almost all entry points. Best Buy, we're really popular with telecom, Dish, etc. Office Depot. So we're also really big in hospitality too, and upgrading and changing your reservations. So here it's, as it says, a world of possibility across industry. So retail for assisted shopping, for booking store appointments. We have a lot of bridal dress appointments being booked through Google Business Messages. Tech and telecom, not just scheduling, in-store visits and doing support, but also upgrading services and purchasing a new device. Financial services, you can do OAuth, so you can sign into your bank account so they can give you sensitive information. What's my checking account balance? We've got a group doing mortgage applications in India right through Google Business Messages. We have people opening new accounts through it. We have logistics companies scheduling and tracking packages. We can be HIPAA compliant, so you can have healthcare and government and health insurance companies conversing with their consumers. Again, travel and hospitality are huge, airlines and hotels, and not just again on support and canceling reservations, but making reservations, upgrading. We've had a lot of success with airlines getting people to get extra leg room or extra speed. They get to the airport, they're like, can I do it now? We have a lot of success, as I mentioned, with auto dealerships setting up test drives, and of course real estate agencies. And this isn't even all of it, but this just gives you an idea of the breadth of which Google Business Messages does apply.
Endless possibilities, basically.
Yes,
you can do anything. That's really exciting. You can get really creative, as you can see with using Google's Business Messages. And I know that Liz have a few examples, some numbers. Let's talk numbers right now. Give us some numbers, Liz. I know that our customers and our audience would love to see some stats.
Totally. We love stats and data here at Google. So plenty of case studies to share. And, if you search for Google's Business Messages on Google, it'll bring you to our website. And we have full case studies, so many of them, maybe 50, and each of them, 2 to 5 pages long. But here's some highlights. I mentioned that Levi's has an awesome shopping experience, and their CSATs are often 85 to 95%. We have a lot of the classic CSAT is usually in the 70s, which is awesome. Their VP of product experience at Levi's said, Business Messages creates a stronger customer experience by enabling us to do a better job at hearing our shoppers, answering their questions, and uncovering new ways to delight Levi's fans. They found that more of these searches these conversations than anywhere else were pre-purchase. So 31% more of these conversations were pre-purchase. So talking about buying something as opposed to post-purchase compared to web chat. And actually Teddy, which is a variety store based in EMEA and Europe, they found kind of a similar situation where 70% of all of their conversations through Google Business Messages were pre-purchase related. They saved over an hour per day per agent by using Google Business Messages and increased their customer service productivity by over 10%. You can see here they've got like the image gallery going for shopping. And their corporate development VP said that, he thinks business messages should be on everyone's digital roadmap. And we definitely agree. Dish, TV provider, has been using Google Business Messages to reduce their average handle times by 28%. Using the suggested chips has been a huge piece, of getting that decreased handle times. They found that there was a 14% increase in customer experience scores over their other classic web chat. They found a 21% improvement to resolution rate. And they were also finding that business messages is very sticky, as have a lot of our customers. So once someone starts chatting with you, they just continue to message with you rather than calling you. So yes, they maybe deflect that one call, but maybe we actually deflected all of their subsequent calls. And on their Android phones, they can find those conversations right there in their messages inbox alongside their text messages to their friends and family. They see that conversation with Dish, so they can easily find it and re-engage. I mentioned call deflection as being huge. Wake County, North Carolina was having a huge surge in calls that they could not handle during the COVID-19 pandemic. And they enabled Google Business Messages, and they reduced their phone calls by 37% in so doing. They got 2 million interactions, a lot of it, automated. And so this was just a huge way to reduce the staff workload and cut costs for their agencies. So hopefully some of those stats are impressive, and I'd love more customers to emulate this great success.
Thank you, Liz. Like those case studies are amazing. Like those numbers, too good to be true. Too good to be true, but I'm sure they are real. So happy to help more brands like you guys did in the past. So actually, I just wanted to quickly show you how it's going to work with Zowie. It's going to be super simple. We are launching this integration with Google's Business Messages in 2 weeks. So you can really start using Zowie and Google's Business Messages like very, very quickly. And as you already know, Zowie, the setup is always super seamless, super easy. We require only like 3 hours of your time to set up everything, and you can start using our automation and deflect 70-80% of your customer support inquiries in the first 1-2 days. So this is really exciting, and you can start generating more sales. We also support that. So here's like a very simple example. Everything that Liz showed you, this is what you can do with Zowie as well in a matter of hours. So as Liz said, you search for something like here, conference swag for tech companies. You see an ad, and you can start a conversation with a brand. So if this is like a simple question, something that we can automate because we know the answer, basically. So for example, if there is a free shipping, or what is my order status, or do you ship to Germany, and so on and so forth, or anything else that you can think about regarding your brand, we can automate that as we can see here. But, and Liz showed you many examples like that. But what is very specific to Zowie, we can also detect a buying intent. So if your customer is asking about, your potential customer is asking about, for example, help me with choosing the right product. What do you recommend to buy if I have this specific need? We know that it's not a simple question. We know that it's a question about a product that this customer is potentially going to buy something. So we can connect them right away with your agent, and we can choose a specific agent. So for example, if you have product advisors, we can connect your customer with this product advisor to, we save this time, 70-80% of your agent's time on those simple questions, so they can really offer this live support to your customers if they really need that, or if there is an opportunity to sell. So in this case, your agent can answer from Zowie backend, hey, nice to meet you, let me help you, and can send, as Liz showed you, like a carousel of products. So we advise on the side of agents what products you recommend to your customer, and you can send them through Google Business Messages and through any other chat channel. So this is how we can help you not only automate your customer service, but also help you generate more sales. And that's why I'm so excited about Google Business Messages, because this is so aligned with how we think about customer support and how big potential there is in customer support. So really exciting. So if you want to learn more about this integration, how we can help you implement Google Business Messages, if you are existing Zowie customer, talk to your customer success manager and schedule a meeting with our team to see a dedicated demo. If you are a potential new customer, reach out to us via our website, getzowie.com/demo, or just send us a message at hello@Zowie, or just reach out to me on LinkedIn. Always happy to help, happy to talk to you. So that's all from my side. Let's move to our Q&A today. If you guys have any questions to Liz or to myself, we can answer them now.
There is a question from Zofia. Zofia asks, what would be the first step to take for a company that wants to start using Google's business messages? I guess we're going to answer this question in the context of Zowie. So, like, Maya, how would we connect through Zowie?
Yeah, absolutely. So guys, just reach out to us. If you're an existing customer, it's basically a click of a button. You can launch your existing automation on a new channel, or you can tweak your messages, tweak your responses, and some scenarios based on channels. So if you want to use Google Business Messages, for example, only to sell more, you can do that. It will require 1 hour of your time and our enablement specialist, and we are done. You can generate a crazy amount of sales with Zowie and Google Business Messages. Super easy. Do we have any more questions? I think, Liz, you explained everything so well. There is basically no questions, and everyone is so excited. I can tell. So if there is no more questions, I wanted to thank you, Liz and Adam, so much. It was so great to learn more about Google Business Messages, and we are so excited to partner with you and help other brands, other cool brands, make their customer support more efficient and, of course, generate more sales. I see one question here just pop out. Chris is asking, what's the process to integrate Dialogflow with Google Business Messages? So Adam, I think that's your part.
Yeah, so I can start off with this. Google's Business Messages actually has an integrated, native integration with Dialogflow. And if you're using the Business Communications Developer Console, you can get that plugged in through to your Business Messages agent so that your Dialogflow agents can automatically respond. Now, this is something that Zowie will also have to kind of fit into their scope, because as messages are being responded to by the Dialogflow agent, you'll also want to surface that to your Zowie conversational platform as well. So that's something that is kind of on the Zowie side. But within Business Messages, we have a native integration with Dialogflow as well.
Thank you, Adam. We needed you. Thank you so much. Austin is asking, what type of questions do you see that are the most effective to answer via chat?
I mean, it really runs the gamut. Obviously, product availability is very popular, as is shipping status. But also just like, help me, I have certain needs, help me shop. And just like letting your virtual and live agents know what qualifying questions to ask. Like, okay, we're talking about a car. What's the family size? What's your budget? What's your style preference? Is super necessary to be able to answer those type of questions well. And then other top ones are business info inquiries. So being able to just quickly let them know about business hours and holiday closings. Sometimes billing issues are popular, and payment inquiries, as well as appointment, like double checking. I'm just looking, we actually have a list of things that are very popularly asked. Hope that helps.
Thank you, Liz. And one last question. Someone was asking whether it's recorded. It's recorded, so we're going to send the recording to all of you who registered, and it's going to be also available on our LinkedIn feed. So I think we are done now. Thank you so much, guys, and see you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.